Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Halimah Thebird and I review films, TV shows, everything Nollywood. If you're visiting for the first time, please click on the subscribe button and make sure that you like this video at the end of it. And also please drop your thoughts in the comment section. I do enjoy reading from you and I want to know all your thoughts about this film. Will you be watching? What do you think about my review? And just, any other thoughts you would like to share in the comment section. So today, guys, I am going to be talking about Uno. I'm not sure about I'm not sure I'm getting that right. Uno, the F in family. It is a film by Ebuka Unjoku, and if you have seen this first feature film, which was Yahoo Plus, I also made a review about it here on my channel. I personally didn't like that film. I had so many reservations about it. I'm not even going to lie. I mean, I had a whole back and forth with someone who enjoyed this film, and then, after my review, I did learn, a few things about it as well, when I had the conversation with the person. But generally, this is the second film. And yeah, I was opportune to attend the media screening of the film. That's where I got to watch it. And I thought, I am going to share my opinion on the film. I also got to have a personal conversation with Ebuka Unjoku himself. And, just to get a bit of the thought process behind it, what, inspired this. And just, to be able to appreciate the film better. So yes, I am going to be delving into everything that the film is about right away, and let's jump right into it. So to the summary of the film. Set in Enugu, the heart of eastern Nigeria, the film's plot unfolds over the course of a day as an eccentric young man, Junior, attempts to introduce his fiancée to his family after a decade of estrangement. Little does he know that this seemingly simple act will put both his relationship and family through a test of fire. This film talks about Junior, who is a comic artist who has been estranged from his family for about 10 years, and now he wants to come back and, be a part of the family. We also realize that this decision is not solely his, it is because his fiancée has asked him to. So they are seeing his family for the first time in a decade, and there's a bit of stiffness to how he is welcomed, or let's just say mixed feelings to how he is welcomed. And then we get to unfold different things that's happened since he had left, and what is going on in the family as of now. So to the cast of the film, if you watch Yahoo Plus again, the main cast in this film was also in Yahoo Plus, but now he plays a very, very different role from what he plays in Yahoo Plus. I think I did like him in this film better. I liked his role in Yahoo Plus, but I think I liked his role in this better. Or I generally liked this film better, to be honest, because of the kind of story it tells. It is family drama kind of vibe. But anyways, let's go into the cast. So we have Keezyto. He plays Junior in the film, the main character, who is bringing his fiancée home. We have DJ Capello. He plays Gozie. He is the only brother of Junior. We have Tomi Ojo. She plays Rookie, who is Junior's fiancé. We have Nkem Owoh, who plays Uzuakmundu, that's their father. We have Sophia Chisom. She plays Ada, who is also a sibling in the family. We have Abayomi Alvin. I cannot remember the name of his character, but he is a friend of the family and a friend of Junior. Let me just put it that way. Then we have Jennifer Eliogu. She plays the mother in the film. And I'm going to make sure that this review is spoiler free, so if you've not seen it, you can go and watch it, because it's currently at cinemas. It got to the cinemas May 17th, so yeah, you can go to the cinemas if this is your cup of tea to watch. So to the performances in this film, I think Junior is the kind of person that really loves his family. However, because of the situation of things, he is forced to consider himself first, or put himself first, basically. And I think Keezyto was able to interpret that to the best of his knowledge. Watching Keezyto, it was very easy to understand who he is, what he stands for, the kind of person he is. So let me just say this generally. I liked that from their appearances and just a few minutes into their dialogue, we could tell who they were and what they represented, especially for a character like Gozie. I mean, his hair and his glasses were definitely characters in this film as well. And I think that's what makes him my favorite character. People might disagree, it might not be their favorite character, but I think Gozie was my favorite because as much as I would say his acting was not so great, he understood who Gozie was and he did it to the best of his knowledge. He tried his best to make sure that he embodied who Gozie is as a person, and I just really enjoyed that about him. And you know, the way he was just attacking everybody, I really enjoyed watching DJ Capello as Gozie in this film. Yeah, his acting maybe could have been better, but definitely I think it was really good. For Tomi Ojo in this film, I'm not sure I really enjoyed her performance. However, I understood where she was coming from because, you know, she started off as being enthusiastic and then getting into the home. We know that, you know, situations change and there's just a switch in her character, which I understand. I just feel like she didn't communicate it as well as I would have expected her to. And that was why there was a stiffness to her that I just couldn't break through, right? Even though I, you know, eventually understood why she was the way she was, I just felt like our interpretation of it or how she portrayed it just wasn't as convincing as I would have liked it to be. Yes. In Nkem Owoh, it was, you know, it's just in Nkem Owoh. It brought the life into it, brought a bit of comedy, it brought a bit of, you know, Nkem Owoh into it. It was just really him, and I mean, Nkem Owoh is a great actor, so yeah, there's really not much to say about it. It was just really good, like he always is. So to the things I liked about this film, or the things that worked for me, I like that it's very family-centric. It's a very relatable story. Every family has their own drama, or many families have their own drama. Let me not say every family, because you might come and say, are you my family? But yeah, most families have their own drama. You know, there's the whole family dynamic, how it works. There's probably the prodigal son. There's probably the one who makes the family proud at all times. There's probably a family that don't have the one that makes them proud. Everybody's just rogue. You know, everybody just has their own drama, what they're dealing with. There are secrets that we don't want to let out as a family. There are situations that we feel they're embarrassing and we just want to keep to ourselves. There are, you know, different things that happen in families basically. And I like that in this film they could string, you know, so many. I'm going to get into stringing along, but yeah, I like that they could put in so many family situations into it. You know, the whole family dynamic. I like that they explored the theme of love, the theme of betrayal, forgiveness, trust, and these are like the basics that family rely upon, right? So the fact that all of this was brought into the family dynamic was really beautiful to see. I really liked that. I also liked that it was quite different from Yahoo. Plus, I know I said I wasn't going to compare or contrast, but I liked that. I'm not going to, you know, delve into that deep or anything. It's also a one location film. If you know me, I've mentioned things about one location film that I genuinely like. One location film, one of my favorite film of all times is Malcolm and Mary, and if you watched it, you know that it is a one location film. So yeah, I generally like one location films. However, it's how they, you know, make use of that one location that really matters to me, and they did that pretty well in this film. For every room, there's a different feel and vibe to it. When they're in the living room, we can tell. When they're in the kitchen, we can tell. When they are in the room of each of the kids, we can also tell, because there's a vibe to each person's room that is different from the other person, and it just also, you know, reflects on their personality. And I think that detailing was put into that, and I really like that as well. That the film is shot in an entire day. I kind of liked it because it made you, like, you know, on your toes, like, oh, what's happening next. But however, I do have reservations about that. We're going to get into that much later. Acting, I really like the acting from Nkem Owoh. I also like Keezyto in this film. It wasn't bad at all. From Sophie wasn't bad. This is actually my first film where I'm seeing Sophie, and even DJ Capello. I don't know if they've been in other films, but this is the first film I'm seeing them. And if this is their first film, I think they did not do bad. I also like that the film stayed on course throughout. they stuck to the theme of the film, the issues that we're addressing. I also like that they exposed us to many of these issues earlier on, such that we can now go back to them towards the end of the film or at the end of the film. So at the beginning, we see that there are issues here, issues here, issues here. They've opened, like a can of worms, and then they go towards the end and just, bring all of it together and try and tie everything together. The intro song as well, the 042 song by Keezyto, I really liked it. I think even if you don't know where this film is shot, the moment that scene comes in and they start playing the song, the Enugu song, you can just tell. And I also like that I think Ebuka Njoku is trying to forge, his own path and, be different from the regular things that we see in film. And yeah, maybe this is something that a lot of people will eventually embrace, but it looks like something that would be interesting to see, his progress and how much, his films become. So those are the things I liked about Uno, the F and family. So to the things I did not like or I think did not work for me. One, this movie is painfully slow. You have to be very, very patient. It is a slow burn. If you know me, you know I do not like slow burn. I'm a very impatient person, and slow burns just it takes me off my seat. Like, what am I saying? I need to see the next scene. So yeah, if you don't like slow burns, you'll probably not like this film. I think this was also sort of the same thing with Yahoo Plus. We're not comparing, but just because it's the same filmmaker, there is this tenderness to it. Like, it doesn't want to rush you into the next thing. It wants to just usher you in slowly. And yeah, that's really not my style. Anyways, also I think the shots, the angles, the edits, somehow that didn't work for me. I think it was very experimental with the shots and the angles and the edits in this film. However, I don't think it really worked, because it didn't just make the film look as smooth as it should be. There was even a particular scene that it was a dialogue between two people. I don't remember who and who, but I know it was a dialogue, and then the camera was focused on one person, and I think it was Keezyto that was talking at the time, and then he kept talking and talking and talking, and I could have sworn it was a monologue, right? I just kept saying, okay, like, why is this person just talking and just rambling to himself, up until the camera now panned onto the next person who was going to be in the scene. Maybe this was a budget thing, or this was just him being experimental, or this is a style they are looking to explore. I really don't know, but I just that kind of threw me off balance a little bit, so I didn't like that. Also, the love stories in this film, the love stories just did not land. No spoilers, but when you watch it, you understand what I mean by the love stories didn't land. It felt very surface level. There was no depth to it. I mean, we've already established that, Keezyto, that's Junior, and Tomi Ojo's character, Rookie, they were love interest in this and they were fiancés, so I can talk a bit about that. Their love felt very surface level. I didn't feel like there was chemistry enough between them. There were other love stories in this film as well that I also felt like was very surface level, and it kind of just came out of nowhere. It didn't feel like this is even supposed to exist as a love story. Maybe if they had given us more time. And that's why I had reservations about this film being in one day, because the fact that you're springing up a love story and everything is supposed to still happen in one day, it felt like a lot was just rushed into it. So there wasn't enough time to establish whatever is supposed to exist between these people, right? So yeah, that's why I had reservations about this film being in one day. As much as I liked it, I also felt like it did not give room for other stories to develop, or some of the themes or stories they were trying to push in this film to develop. The lack of a score in this film, this I think is very intentional. However, I just didn't like it. Because this movie is already a slow burn, the lack of music just makes it a little, what's the word now? I can't think of the right word, but when like you're trying to enjoy something, but there's just something missing that is not making you enjoy it as much. I think that was what the lack of score did to it. Because there was no music to push the narrative forward, it kind of just made it less interesting to watch for me. I think that's the best way to put it. But I think it was also very intentional. Maybe they wanted us to feel all the emotions as we run through the scenes. But personally, it wasn't really just doing it for me. Also, the amount of issues that they tackled in this film, while I like it because it's family drama, it's important that we have a lot of things infused into one, and we can, like, okay, I forgot to mention this in the things I like. I liked that everybody had something going on for them. Like, every character had gone through something, and we experienced what they went through in the film, right? I liked that, but I also felt like there were some issues that could have been developed more, while some would have been dropped, right? Such that we get to explore these things in depth rather than just doing surface level for many of them. So yeah, because of the amount of issues that was tackled, it felt like it was too much for the movie to handle. And yeah, those are my thoughts on Uno, the F in family. I feel like this film has a very restricted audience. The kind of people that will like it is not the general populace. If you're the kind of person that likes melodrama, that likes fast-paced film, I like when a lot of things are happening in this film, just not the regular kind of way it would happen in other films. But this movie is definitely not bad. It's also not great. Let me put it that way. It's not. I don't think this is. Ebuka is just. This is his second feature film, so I expect that there's so much more that we're going to be seeing from him. However, I do think that you could still check this movie out. You could go to the cinemas to watch it, but if you really do not like, what I just mentioned, like all the things, if you feel like those are the things that you do not like that you avoid in films or whatnot, then maybe this movie is not for you. But if you do like slow-paced family drama, then I think you should definitely check it out. There's some other things that I noticed in this film that I had issues with, but because I am not trying to give spoilers, I would not be talking about them. Just a few scenes here and there, and how the scene played out and whatnot. So yeah, that's my review on Uno, the F in family. I really do hope I am pronouncing it right, because I legit went to ask a friend yesterday how to pronounce it, and because it's been 24 hours after I've forgotten how the person pronounced it to me. But anyways, that's my review. And please, if you've seen Uno, the F in family, please let me know your thoughts about the film in the comment section. Will you be watching it? It's showing at cinemas near you, so you could go check it out, and also let me know your thoughts after you've seen it in the comment section. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.